Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die presents our Sunday night game of the Vampire the Masquerade, also known as the Kindred of Savannah. Mind the noise you hear in the background. That would be our resident fur baby, I suppose is what people like to call them, making noises behind me. And you'll hear him panting and begging for treats periodically through tonight's game. We were not here Friday night. We've decided to change up things, so if you were here expecting us, or if you do watch our Friday night games, Robert has volunteered to run us through something of his own, and we're going to start that Friday. So if you want to see how that works out and how much craziness we can cause the newest player of our group, and you've already seen us cause enough chaos for Marcus, and they constantly cause chaos for me, so now we get to dish some out towards
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no, not at all. So, before we get into tonight's episode of the Kindred, you'll notice we'll do some introductions, but we do have one of our members are missing. Dante is not going to be with us this evening. He's on a break. Sorry. Like I said, the fur baby is getting my attention, so my bad. So he won't be with us this evening. We will give a shout out to Roll20 as per usual. That's what we're using to show our maps and our battle situations or any kind of situation whatsoever. Seeing as how Vampire the Masquerade is not strictly a combat heavy, it's more of a role play type game. The miniatures we've created on the screen, such as we have Angel here, Dante here. I think over here, who do we have over here? Is this, looks like Igor over here. And then down here, we have Judd. Those are created through the Hero Forge website. And if you are a subscriber to Hero Forge, you can turn that into a digital version using your digital games. Also, GUI Cube is one of our sponsors. GUI Cube is a 5th edition D&D style world that is created by the company, expanded on by the community, and by the end of this month, I believe they'll have another setup for contributions for anybody who wants to add part of your story to their story. You go to GUICube.com and check out all that they have. Eventually, we'll get back into Chapter 4 once sports schedules and things are done and over with. So, before we jump into tonight's game, we'll go ahead and give an introduction. But before we do that, Marcus? Yes. Yes.
What? Oh.
Just trying to...
You got a little something right here.
Yeah, just right there.
Okay.
Alright, so you should know me by now. It says right there, I'm Dan Latham. I am the Game Master for tonight's game. I'm also known as Strategy Gar on social media. So I'm also known as ColdCash25 if you ever play any PlayStation games and you're looking for a gamer tag. So, without further ado, we'll jump down to our players.
Hello, my name is Curtis Ross. Tonight I am playing Domenico, Igor, whoever it is right now. So far I've only gone through one name, which is nice. Two if you want to count the FBI that was a burn name, but everything's alright so far.
Well, following him is the man of many names.
Hello, my name is Marcus Scott, and apparently I'm disappearing on camera, so I'm gonna sit up.
Yeah, the one ability you can't actually do as a vampire.
Yeah. I am playing.
Yes. Did you forget?
Angel.
Okay.
Just making sure it hadn't changed from last week. Angel Salvatore, aka Devin, aka Nick Knight, aka Edward Scissorhands, whatever name I come up with at the moment.
Master Beats.
No. I am the face of the V team, the most charismatic of the group. Now, as much as they hate it, I'm gonna make that stick. So if you're watching this, guys, post VT in chat so we can get this going. But yeah.
And like I said, Dante is not with us this evening, so we'll jump on down to the next and last player of the this evening.
Hi, I'm Robert Maxwell, and I'm playing Jude, or Judd if the occasion feels appropriate. I typically ignore Angel's desire to have V-Team and different personalities, so... But, you know, that's kind of me going with the flow. It's like, okay, yeah, V-Team, go for it.
Leave it.
And I play our Sneak. I guess that would be the best way to talk about it.
You play the what?
The Sneak.
So who's the Hannibal?
I think one of us will be at some.
Yeah, I'm kind of do rolling it, I guess, because I come up with all these amazing ideas.
Mm-hmm.
What ideas will you come up with?
And, no. He comes up with amazing ideas.
Oh,
Do we use them? That's a completely different issue.
I'm beginning to wonder if you're more the Murdoch of the group.
No, that's Jude. I mean, look how crazy he looks.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Sparkles.
Sparkles.
That's our Murdoch. That's our Murdoch.
When Sparkles comes back, yes.
Alright. Go. Alright, so, I usually give the recap for this. So, last session, you guys were dealing with the drawback, or not the drawback, but the aftermath of saving Celeste from the Anarchs, because they thought she knew something that she did not know. Sparkles decided to stay behind and help out with taking care of Celeste, while Dante and the rest of you made your way to the club. But on the way there, Igor Domenico overheard a conversation about some sort of deal going down at a place near his houseboat, right across the river from it. He initially believed it was a drug deal of sorts, like a large drug shipment coming in. Once you arrived on site, playing vigilantes instead of vampires apparently, you found that they were not just smuggling drugs, they were smuggling people. Being the good vampires that you are, you killed all the bad guys, saved the people, put all the contraband in one location, destroyed the bodies that looked like they were actually like ripped apart by some sort of creature, and I guess proceeded to leave as the authorities were arriving. And I believe that's where we left off.
Yes. And I think we were leaving and finding our way back over to Igor's boat.
Yeah, and before you get back there, Dante's like real concerned and worried about Celeste. Granted, you know, he knows somebody's watching Celeste, but it's, well, I mean, are they? I mean, is he going to get there? Is Celeste going to be dressed up like a Pikachu? I mean, he doesn't know. So he's going to, plus the fighting and stuff was a little bit much for him. He's not used to doing this. He is more of the, you already know or heard that he is what they call a leech-based feeder, not a active feeder. More of a lover than a fighter, I guess is the best way to phrase that. So he's probably a little shooken up with all the combat that he had to deal with and the violence that was involved. He's making his way back to spend time with Celeste to try to decompress a little bit and hopefully keep her from going too crazy with the crazy lady. So what are y'all doing?
I think making our way back over to Igor's ship.
Yeah, it's just right over there.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we had left a vehicle somewhere around here. I just don't remember where.
There was a car
Probably.
up at the front of the entrance, I think. Wasn't there? Didn't
We
you
came
take like
over.
one of theirs, I think?
Oh, yeah, we may have.
There was discussions, and I did not go back and look at the video to verify that, and I don't know if anybody took notes on that part. About taking one of the vehicles that was there.
Yeah, because I stole all their money, and then we were going to call the cops and let them deal with everything, and we were just going to leave. I'm sure we can find a key to one of the vehicles up here.
Yeah, I mean, you searched the bodies and took money, so it makes sense that you would have found one of their keys lay down.
I just have a feeling that if we, this will be useful for
Yes.
a little bit, but they're probably going to ID one of the guys and then ID the vehicle. Probably wouldn't be best caught driving one of their vehicles.
Well, and I didn't say this beforehand, but we also just have to understand that these guys could have been working with either the Anarchs or the Camera. So you never know.
When we rolled the bodies, did we notice any tattoos or any kind of identical signets or markings or some sort?
You didn't say you were looking for them. Do you want to do a retconned search?
Sure.
Let me find-
Would someone with more mental capabilities would like to do that? Or
I
All
was
of
just.
us are a little deficient on mental.
So
Yeah,
you're gonna give me in this case an intelligence slash. Where is the is there an investigation?
Oh yeah, it's 2 below
There it
awareness.
is, investigation.
That's a dice for me, and
okay. Investigation. Intelligence.
I mean, I fed plenty last session. I only think I drained or bit 3 or 4 people. Maybe you should have a sip while you're here too.
Yes.
Just not from any of the ones I fed on because 2 of them died from it.
I think there's a few of them that were knocked unconscious.
Okay. Well, I'll feed on them, I guess.
Just hurry up before the police come.
They don't put up a fight, so you ain't gotta worry about that.
Okay.
Jude,
Just to get rid of the superficial wounds that I have.
Oh yeah.
Jude will look around to see if any of these people are carrying anything or have gang signs or anything that might tie them to one of the sides of the vampire groups.
Alright, why don't you give me one then? Investigation, intelligence.
So 2.
Okay. You do find tattoos, but nothing that indicates any affiliation with any of the vampire clans. A couple of them are wearing like old military, special forces type tattoos or something.
Gotcha. Okay.
We did break into the main building, right, to take the security tapes.
No, we didn't, but we kind of assumed because of what was going on here, they might be off.
Oh, okay.
Alright, here
I
come the
could go
sirens.
in and check.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to go do that, I think it'd be best for those of us who can't be unseen to possibly leave the scene before anyone shows up.
What direction's your boat?
So in this channel, the river comes down this way, and then there's a little cutout kind of like that is this channel we're right next to, and I'm just like right over here.
Okay.
I didn't even add my extra die, so
Oh, Jesus.
I think I'm going to be fine on breaking one. Yeah, I am fine. And I'm just going to make sure that all the tapes are off.
Okay, you have no issues with that. I'm just giving you what you're hearing coming down the road. Can y'all hear it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
So getting out.
I'm going for a swim.
Yeah, I was gonna say this isn't too far from the highway. Going for a swim probably won't be a terrible idea.
I mean, that's some nasty looking water. Are you sure you want to go for a swim?
It's not like anything can kill me in there. I'm already dead.
So
Famous.
I'm invisible again.
Famous last words.
And I will walk across the water.
What?
You can walk across water. What the hell?
No,
Okay.
It's more like I just sink down and I'm not going to worry about swimming. I'm just kind of walking across.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just
Yeah, so I guess we're going for a swim.
All right.
Yeah.
Because those sound like they're getting a little close.
Yeah. You get about halfway across swimming, and you do notice them come pulling in several police cars come pulling into the area. And it's the last you see. The whole area lights up with the police lights and such. I think. Let's see. Yeah, you'll notice a helicopter coming in from the west.
Yeah, from town.
As far as your larceny is concerned, that was for the videotapes and stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah, you find that that's all shut down when you get into whatever security building there was.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would be just wanting to double check.
Alright, so you guys get across back towards Igor's boat. What are you doing now?
Nice and quietly, we should probably get inside and get you changed.
yes.
I mean, it only looks like you should be deader than you already are several times over.
You got your nice fancy outfit you're wearing is all full of holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have Mask pulls out his phone and pulls up a website. Apparently, there's this company that makes bulletproof suits. So let's see if she can do something like that.
Sounds like a waste of money, but alright.
I got shot.
And you're alive.
Well,
Ish.
ish.
That shit hurt.
What's he wearing now, Igor?
What am I wearing?
What's he wearing? You gave him new clothes, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, no, it'd be just standard t-shirt jeans that are way too big for him.
Yeah.
Nothing special. Probably get the generator or the small power supply motor going, so you don't have to start the entire vehicle, and then just use that to dry off the clothes of us that went swimming.
Doesn't take you long.
Yeah.
Everybody's fully fed, of course.
Yep.
Now you're dry, and you're wearing other people's clothing. What'd you like to do now?
So, you took one of their rifles or two of their rifles?
Anyway, I had the one, and it's now kind crumbled at the bottom of the river there.
Oh, you left it.
Yeah. I just didn't want to leave any kind of prints behind, so I figured I'd dismantle it as I was going along the river bottom.
Alright. Yeah, lights are off. I figured we didn't need to attract any undue attention or questions towards this. So I didn't turn the lights on in the room, even though it has blackout curtains.
Do we see any lights going on in like your neighbors or anything? Any other houseboats along that?
There's no other houseboats. He's got the only houseboat.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it's not really a houseboat. It's an old steamboat.
Okay. I was just curious because it'd be a little odd that, hey, these are open, across the river, we've got this big kerfuffle going on.
So there is a big center or hotel or something over near here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm like kind of just in a little channel off the main river.
Okay.
Where it looks like at some point in time they used to pull barges in to load stuff up or something in this area.
Becky, you don't have like any.
What are you looking for?
Well, I'm just saying if the cops come knocking around, they'll be kind of curious on why 3 guys are all on a boat.
Oh, I could put you in the build with the motor. And I mean, he's not existent most of the time.
That's true.
And the lights are off, so people are sleeping.
If you have a deck of cards.
Yeah?
Okay, so, Angel, if the police come over and wonder why 3 guys are sitting in a boat, we're playing cards.
Oh, okay.
I'll go over to the fridge, open up the fridge, and grab out beer that hasn't been drank in probably a month at this point.
Okay, that's what I was asking. If there's some beer bottles we can play around or something, then we can act possibly drunk or something when they come. Like, hey, we're playing some poker and having some drinks. We didn't hear anything.
Okay. So, give me some intelligent subterfuge rolls.
Intelligence subterfuge. I'm good at one of those.
Intelligent subterfuge?
Sure.
Not charisma subterfuge?
No. Intelligence. You're trying to
Sort out a story.
Yeah, not use your charisma. Now, if somebody shows up, then maybe we'll use charisma subterfuge.
Okay.
I gave my only advice of, hey, if you have cards.
Hey, yeah, the cards, and it's like, okay, yeah, no, cards.
Alright, so you guys sit around the table with cards in your hands, staring blankly at each other with untouched beers on the table, right?
Well, I mean, that's the idea, just sitting around talking.
Alright. Hour goes by, nothing happens.
Okay, perfect. They'll probably be poking around later, but
You still hear the helicopter in the air, and you still see the sirens across the water, but nobody's come over to check on whether or not this one little boat here has got any knowledge to what happened.
Yeah.
So, is there any plans for anything to do tonight? I mean,
Well, Christoph might be interested in the human trafficking aspect of what we just discovered. Beyond that, I don't think there's much to do tonight.
yeah.
I mean, the life of our kind is usually not that exciting.
Hey, a boring life's a good one, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's why some of the elders just like fucking with each other. It's just something to do.
Gotcha.
Got bored after a few thousand years.
Well, yeah.
What time is it at night?
That's a good question.
Uh,
It's been about an hour since you left the other side of the river.
Mm-hmm.
That only lasted probably maybe half an hour. What time did you guys head that direction? You remember?
we woke. Actually, let me look at my notes. So, woke up. Heard a couple people talking.
Because you spent a couple hours over at the club.
Yeah, Judd had found Susie, and that's when I met him at the
Nice.
homeless shelter.
It was after midnight when you went over to deal with this.
Yeah.
So you're looking at about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning right now.
Okay. So should we just all crash here for the night?
Look for something exciting in the morning, or if anyone got any.
Maybe not the morning.
Well,
Dusk.
yeah.
Maybe not in the morning.
Yeah.
So what's the plan?
I
I
guess
mean-
we're having a sleepover.
You're welcome to stay here.
Okay.
Alright.
Then have a
Um,
sleepover.
You guys spend the rest of your waking hours just, I guess, getting to know each other?
I'd be talking with Judd about how clan disciplines and other people's disciplines and how getting those and just random knowledge about how shit happens.
And I'll be more than happy to help.
What about Angel? What's Angel going to be doing?
Once you mention the disciplines and all that, I'm gonna replay what happened throughout the situation. Like, hey man, I moved faster than before. Do all
Yeah.
vampires do that?
Well, I mean, they could potentially. Your clan's known for it.
How do I? Because I got pissed when they shot me, so I just charged at them. I didn't realize they ran that fast.
Yeah.
Is that something I can just naturally do? Do I have to think real hard like you do to go invisible?
Well, I actually don't really have to think hard. I usually have to think harder to not do. But I mean, yeah. Usually, your body is just going to respond the way it needs to, and you can learn to
Nope.
get stronger at that distance. Usually you have to get some blood that has the right resonance for you, and you just start practicing. And if you have a mentor, they can help you to unlock some of it. But I think a lot of people just kind of do it on their own.
So, like, what? So, like, what ability are you talking about? Like, you say you're faster, but
I don't know. I just
do you feel like you're more graceful, or just you can dodge stuff easier?
I apparently did some hardcore shit that, I mean, with my bum knee, I didn't think I'd ever be able to do.
So, like, you're graceful like a kitty cat.
I guess so. Is that what? So am I part cat now too?
No, you're not a mystical cat person.
Okay.
No, I've noticed that myself on my end. I kind of picked up a couple of things like that from being.
Oh.
But you're stronger.
Yeah, that too. That one I kind of have to. If you're like trying to ask him about his whole going invisible, I kind of have to think like that as well to get a little bit more powerful, stronger.
Okay.
But with what you're talking about, if it's kind of like what I know, so far nothing I've really dealt with. I have to really think too hard on. It's mostly just comes natural.
Okay. I'm just wondering why I wasn't able to do that before. I guess
You
maybe
probably
I just
never
wasn't.
needed to.
That's true.
I mean, since you turned, you really haven't had an altercation where you needed to move fast.
Okay. Huh.
Now, among us, we would, say you have celerity.
A what?
Exactly. In other words, they've come up with terms to kind of describe this. So you move fast.
So if I eat more vegetables, I can move faster?
Well, you have to practice.
If you want to, you can, but I thought you
Well,
were. Yeah, anyway.
I mean, I will say this. If you want to eat a lot of vegetables, you'll see very quickly how fast you go.
Well, didn't you say celerity? Celery?
Not celery. Celerity.
Oh. My bad. Got a little water in my ear.
How fast you go.
So, yeah. So, I mean, you just kind of have to practice. I mean, sometimes it comes up because you need it. Sometimes, you can work on getting stronger. You can work on getting faster. You can work on getting tougher.
Where's the tougher one come into account?
You just take blows better than others.
Because it sure
Now,
looks
what
like
the
he could
described
get
as
used to that.
fortitude.
Oh, okay. Is that something that your clan can do, or?
Well, I've
Mine?
learned it over the years.
Oh, this.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I have no idea what my teammate can do.
Well, your clan also typically has much higher ability to see things.
Is that why you couldn't see in his crypt?
I mean, it's dark in here right now, and I'm having trouble seeing you. But the light from outside's kind of shining in a little bit with the window open.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like I didn't even know his legs were off, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so that's why I was saying your clan typically has that, and you've noticed that people kind of do what you want them to do. So,
Ish.
well,
I can't get get down with this V team.
Well, there needs to be some meaning in what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, we're going out doing these things for Nick, Kristoff, and we're doing good, like the A team, but we're vampires of the V team.
You're going to assume we're always going to be doing good.
Why wouldn't we?
I mean, I've tried to do good, but I've heard a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly drug dealers.
And the older vamp Kindred typically kind of see it as quaint. Going out and helping others. They long time ago kind of got overdoing it.
Oh, okay. So as I get older, get more distant of humankind and how the world's going, just help them kill them all.
Well, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just. Well, okay. I should say this. I've never really gotten to that point because I still have this thing about seeing kids on the street and wanting to get them off. My sire really finds it humorous. I'm still trying after all these years. I mean, I understand it's a no-win situation. It's something that's never going to happen. But, it's a battle that can never be won. But, just call me Don Quixote. I'll keep chasing after that win.
So, Dom, what is it that you're trying to do?
kind of gotten knowledge of. Kind of like you, we're a little more quick on our feet and a little more graceful. I mean, you've seen me kind of bulk up a little bit to bust through things or grab things, hold on to things.
Okay.
And this isn't something I have, but something I learned from Christoph is we can kind of get a presence about us.
Okay.
Kind of like Angel.
If that's the same thing, sort of. But yeah, we can get a presence about ourselves. I try to, stay out of the light for the most part. I'm not the most goodest with words. And, I'm great at hiding, as you've been able to tell. That's why if it's, invisible, it's a lot easier to hide.
Yeah. I mean, as I said before, it's something I can teach you if you really want to. It's just, you kind of need to taste the blood of somebody that can do it first.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to go invisible, we'd have to taste your blood?
Yeah. Or, somebody else that
Some other client
has the
willing
ability,
to-
like Vincent.
Okay.
See, now, here's the thing. The problem with doing that is you risk getting yourself bloodbound. So. But,
Okay.
I mean, it takes a really unscrupulous person to do something like that. And as my sire would say, I unfortunately still have scruples.
Okay. Well, no offense, I don't want to end up looking like you, so can I pass on your blood?
I don't think that's transferable by
No.
what he's saying.
But,
Oh, okay.
stay.
It's
So-
not like what I'm sure you got from the girls you take home at night, but
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to worry about that anymore, it doesn't burn.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
exactly. Yeah.
Well,
You're
since
going
you're
to
not...
find your penicillin habit's going to drop real quick.
oh, and you'll probably need these if you're gonna try and get a hold of all those gals and feed your habit that you've mentioned. Bottle of what is it, Molly? That I still have on my person from buying all your shit.
So you have one, Molly?
Yeah, I'd go over to a cabinet and pull it out. There's whatever it looked like your little ibuprofen or Advil bottle full of Molly.
Yeah. Why didn't you give that to me sooner?
I was waiting for the right time, but nah, the time's over.
Okay. Yes. Take it, pop one in.
I think
Ashy
it kinda got
taste.
to
You get like an ashy taste in your mouth when you pop it in there.
wouldn't he be better if he tried to do the whole blush thing? Would that work with drugs until he had to get rid of it, or?
If you really want to have the effect of something like that, you needed to give somebody a binge drink.
Okay.
Think of like
Yes.
you having to pass it through a filter.
Oh, cut it first.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, either this batch has gone bad or that isn't like...
No. Think of it as, like a human bomb. You fill it up, and then suck it dry.
A human bong.
So I put her legs up on my shoulders and pulled them up.
Hey,
and,
it's not 9 o'clock yet.
Oh. Woo! Okay. Well, since y'all don't like the V team, and we all work for Christoph, how about Christoph's Angels?
I figure having his name connected to us is probably not a good idea.
Okay.
I doubt he wants us going around spreading his name around in the open.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't really even know what he's really trying to gain.
I do say I don't know where he finds these friends.
Oh, is my boat haunted now? And only he can hear that it's haunted.
You know, it's just one of those things. You know, I don't know what Kristoff is up to here. I mean, the Cam, the Anarchs, and an independent elder.
And from what he said, apparently he's old enough or been around long enough that him being independent and in the city won't bother. Well, it'll bother them, but they won't do anything about it.
Right. So it, you know, automatically sets up. You know, it just feels like something bad could easily happen to them.
Okay. I'm just still trying to figure out what we're supposed to do as a vampire.
Not die again.
Yeah, dying sucks.
But everyone kind of has to figure that out on their own, you know. I've been around a while, and most of my nights are just spent helping or working with and hanging out with the homeless people in Savannah.
Okay.
I mean, there are people of your clan that, you know, have been singing for 600 years.
Singing tends to last longer than DJing, really.
Yeah.
You know any
Well,
instruments?
DJing is kind of new.
The slide whistle?
Painting? I mean, are you a good painter? Sculptor?
No.
I mean, there was one there was one Toreador here in town that spent 5 years on the same painting. He was a bit of a perfectionist.
Hobbies.
Yeah, he's one of those painters. The deeper you looked at his painting, the more things you found.
Yeah. And the more and more disturbing it gets. So, I mean, in terms of what you do, I mean, haven't you ever gone through a period of life where you were just kind of bored and you had to find something new to do?
I mean,
no.
We are rather young, even still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, in your life, if you ever have.
No, because when I was younger, I'd work on mixing beats and stuff like that.
So you're a master at it.
No, but
I would debate you at that, but I'm not a master at that.
Lay down. Go lay down.
And then after high school, I joined the Marines and got stationed here, fixing aircraft and other stuff. I can, I guess, become a mechanic if the music thing never works out. But
I mean, if you were into painting, you could always get into painting cars or that type of thing. Restoring or
architecture.
The sex spec era of cars back in like the early 2000s that were just absolutely atrocious, like Need for Speed, or not Need for, Fast and Furious 1, those style of cars.
You could become an interior decorator.
Have you seen?
I mean, think about it, designing your own club, designing a club.
Well, that's what I eventually would like to do is run my own club, but I don't have, you know, I'm just a poor boy, so.
So, is it possible, or would it be a human that would have done this? The whole thing that with Dubai, how they completely changed that place. Would that have been?
Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai, like other side of the world. How they transformed that into what it is today, like in 30 years.
Are you talking about the Palm Islands off of Dubai?
Yeah, that type of thing. All that crazy stuff they did over there. I can't think of a normal human who would do that. I would think that'd have to be like Malkavian or something, from what I've heard.
Could easily be. I mean, crazy projects, long-term things.
Where can I build this? Where is the most inhospitable place to do this? There.
But I will say this, it still sounds more like a Toreador thing, and keeping a Malkavian focused for 30 years is not going to be the easiest task in the world.
Oh, out of character, I was actually stationed there in Abu Dhabi when that was being built. It was a residential plan because Dubai's infrastructure was pretty much all piled up, so they put it out there for, the high and mighty rich folks. But then, of course, it kind of went to shit and no one actually bought any of the property. Okay, back into character. Not quite sure. I mean, I was never deployed over that region. I just fixed shit here and stuff.
So you're saying you know the in and outs of jet fighters?
Not jet fighters. This is the Marine Corps.
So you can always take up a new occupation.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess I have the time to put in the 10,000 hours for become a master or something, right?
Exactly. So,
What's a Fort Stewart? What the?
So, you mentioned blood bonds. How long do those tend to last normally?
depends. Once they start, you normally don't get out of them. You kind of have to break yourself of the habit. Or the person dies. I mean, seriously, it's not that bad. If you have somebody, if you're bound to somebody that's not, a sadistic prick, but. I mean, it's much more common in the Camarilla. I think the Anarchs, have a thing against it. It's that whole control thing.
No.
Yeah.
And Anarchs tend to be against that.
Yes, good boy. It's getting late. Or early, however you want to look at it. As you guys are having this conversation.
I'm thinking let's just skip to the next night.
So you said you fed off a guy, didn't you, Angel?
Yes.
Okay, it still says you're at 3 hunger unless you accidentally pushed yourself that far.
Oh. I'm showing one. Oh, after I fed, yeah. I did the health and not take away the hunger.
Oh, gotcha.
But I took away the hunger this time.
Good boy.
During the night, I can clear my willpower.
But yeah, make sure it's all locked up nice and tight. Windows are closed, windows are shut, curtains are drawn,
Okay.
all that fun stuff.
No problem. Y'all find whatever part of the boat you want to sleep in. You can get your rest.
I am curious about the chuckling and laughter, but not sure what it is yet. So,
Chuckling laughter. Was that something you said out loud or to yourself there?
no, that's to myself. I don't
Okay.
know what it is, so I will go find a nice place and curl up.
Alright. So, like I said, the rest of the night goes uneventful, I suppose is the best way to put it. Nobody comes knocking at the door during the day. Sun's going down. It is the 11th night of you guys being turned.
Okie dokie.
Let's rouse. There you go.
Hey!
Oh, I am hungry.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't have any blood bags for you.
No, I still have some on me, so
Okay, good.
so I will drain one of those
Alright, well,
and deal with that.
like I said, y'all awaken to a noon evening.
Let me knock some of those off.
Well, the quickest way over is I normally take the ferry that's going over it and stops running at midnight.
Okay.
Let's just do that.
Yeah. And then I'll need to catch a ride back to my apartment so I can get out of this. No offense, but I ain't going to walk in the club looking like. Yeah.
So,
No problem.
You
go on
do
and
you.
do you.
Yeah.
Alright, so y'all take the ferry across.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you get yourselves back across the river. Give me a second, I'm trying to move the map so I can see it. Not that you guys can see the map I'm on. Where does the ferry land? Let's see, are you taking it towards River Street Boardwalk or are you taking it towards...
I think we talked about it goes to like River Street Boardwalk, kind of right there.
Yeah, it's got two places it can go to, is what I was asking. It kind of
Yes.
does a circuit. I don't know. I've never been there, never rode it myself. So I'm going to just go ahead and say, as of right now, to go from there to River Street Boardwalk. For the boardwalk, it'll come down here to River Street, Savannah. It doesn't actually have a name of the stop there, and then back to where you pick it up at. So yeah, you guys are let off at River Street Boardwalk, which is only a few blocks away from 51.
Right.
Probably the easiest to call Marcus to have him pick you up right there so he can just take you home. That way you don't have to be seen in such gaudy attire.
Yes, that I will do. I will call Marcus for a ride.
Okay, about 15 minutes after you... Well, actually, when did you call him?
When?
Yeah.
I would have probably mentioned this before he got on the boat.
Yeah. On the way over across.
Okay, so as you're getting on the ferry, you give him a buzz?
Yeah.
Alright, well, when you get there, he is parked on the side of the road there at the boardwalk. Actually, he's in the parking lot closest to where the ferry lets off.
Okay. I'll hop out. See you guys back at the club, I guess.
That's where I'm gonna go.
He cocks his head as you come walking up.
Yeah.
Then he just opens the door and lets you in. Not your usual attire, sir.
It was a rough night. Rough night. That's why I need to get back and get out of these clothes. Probably burn them later.
So is this what they generally refer to as the walk of shame?
No, unfortunately, there is no shame in it.
Alright. He doesn't say much more to you, and he takes you back to your place. And the two of you are walking to 51?
Yep.
Alright, so, let's see. As a
And
walk, that I don't know how far that would take you.
I'm gonna just stay hungry for right now. But yes, I'm invisible.
All by myself.
Yeah, well, it's better than having a homeless person follow me.
Yep, probably.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it takes you guys about 15 minutes to walk there.
Okay.
So probably about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes after you get there is when Marcus will show up. Or, I'm sorry, when Angel will show up.
Okay.
So anything you guys do on the walk?
I guess just keep an ear out for anything exciting going on. If anything happened last night, if they're talking about anything.
Let's see. Give me a.
Wits awareness.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna see if there's anything different, but yeah, wits and awareness is probably the best thing.
Because yeah, this is just to hear.
Overhear or listen or something.
Yeah. One. Just one. Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, you bump into somebody when you're trying to get a little close to listen to them.
Yeah, I don't hear anything. So.
Okay. No, I mean nothing more in general than a bunch of people, faces glued to their iPhones. You try to get a closer look and actually bump one of them. Is there a problem?
Just been out too long. Sorry.
Out too long, man. It's early.
I've been up several nights now. I don't know how many to count even.
I mean, is that for work or you partying? What's the deal, man?
It's no, I just keep walking.
Okay, whatever. Fucking weirdo. He just goes. He goes into the restaurant right there near where you guys were at.
Yeah. Is there still somebody from the Camarillo watching 51?
As you get there, not even how you roll it, it does look like the same guy. Is different clothing, different outfit, different storefront, but yes, you do notice him sitting there, like hot mug of something in front of him and a newspaper in his hand.
And so I am.
And you
not
do
going
see
to
the Telltale FBI car sitting there across the street.
So I'm not going to go directly into the club. I'll work my way around the block before coming back around. Because I don't want any chance of him catching me going into Club 51.
All right.
I'll just head in towards the front door, got business and go in.
Hey man, how's the promotion doing you?
It's a lot more work than I was expecting, sadly, but it's good work nonetheless.
You don't miss working the front door?
Oh no, not at all. It's a lot more work than that. But I'm sure it's good pay. It's all palm him. Let's go ahead and say $200.
Yeah, he kind of glances, slides it in his pocket, gives you a nod. Yeah, I guess that promotion is working out pretty good for you.
And I'll just go inside.
Yeah, he doesn't hinder you. Some guy on the line says, "Hey, why the fuck's he get to go before we do?" Because he works here, asshole. Do you want to get in? Watch your language. Then he lets in two girls that are standing right next to him. So, do you go in the back door, or are you just going to try to... Jed?
Well, I'm going around back to see if there is another FBI agent.
No, I think somebody scared off that guy. He ain't been back in a few days.
Hey, that's fine. So yes, I'm going to go in through the back.
Alright. What do you get dressed in, Angel?
Have that here shortly.
Oh.
I was gonna say, have you made the token yet?
Have you changed your token yet? See, and ladies and gentlemen, you too can do the same thing with your character if you are a Hero Forge subscriber. Change your character on the fly. Alright.
Alright. But when I get there, I'm going to go see, what's her name?
Becky?
Which,
No, not Becky.
which what's her name are we talking about?
Misk, the Taylor, or Mask. It was a long ass name, I'm calling her Mask. Because it's a weird name. Yeah. Mascalini or some
So
shit.
it's Masiona. Masiona.
And kind of show her the link about making bulletproof vests. See if that's something they could probably do.
Bulletproof?
Yeah.
You want something bulletproof? What do you think this is? John Wick?
Well, no.
Think we're the Continental? I mean, what is it you're after?
I just so happen to be walking through the wrong part of the neighborhood, and I had gun pulled on me, kind of got scared, so just if something like that were to happen again, I don't get shot in the back when I run away.
You want a suit that's made like this?
Yeah.
And you're showing her like a website or something like that?
Yeah, it'd be this website here.
If you'd be so kind as to show it in Discord, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, in Discord? Sure.
Because I can't click on without screen
Okay.
cameras up.
Ready to go. It's a website by Garrison Bespoke, who makes bulletproof type suits.
Well, I suppose I could reach out to them and see what it would take. I mean,
Or if you can send them my measurements, and if they can make a suit, if they won't let you order the materials, or I don't know.
well, when you've got time, come in. We'll work on the style and the measurements of what kind of suit you'd like to have, and maybe by then I'll get in touch with either the King's Edward Hotel group or the Financial District flagship, whatever. Well, they both look like they're in Ontario.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try to get in touch with them, and we'll get with you and figure out what this will cost, what we can do.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it. Then I'll go upstairs, change into the outfit that you. If you have the photos on the bottom up, if not, I will have his new look.
I don't have them up, but I will bring it up just so we can see what it looks like. There we go. Let's see. Oh, it's still loading on my end.
Okay. It's in Discord. Well, it's processing Discord.
That's still didn't show it. Unless that's it. Blue shirt, white suit, the fedora type hat.
No.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was your old one.
Yeah. Okay, now you can look at my character sheet and see. It's kind of a casual leisure suit with a.
Here you go. Gotcha. Got the slick back hair going. let's see. Let's move you guys from where you're at back to the club, shall we? There we go.
What? No more dead bodies lying around?
Oh well, you know. Interesting.
What?
I was just doing some research for you since you brought that up mid-game.
Oh, okay. The bulletproof.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Close that out. Close. What do we got here? Okay, close that out. All right. So you've gotten back in the car and you're on your way back over.
Yes.
All right. You show up. What's his name? Where's he at? Jordan is sitting there watching the door as you come in.
What's going on, Jordan? How you doing?
Not much,
Got a good
man.
crowd
Not
in
much.
there?
Yeah, it's pretty hopping crowd. I mean, you got a couple, here and there that might require my assistance in exiting later, but for the most part, they're all good. Your boy went inside about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. All right. I appreciate it. Any nice little fine honeys come through?
I mean, come on now. It's 51 degrees. There's always fine honeys coming through.
You got your eye on? Oh, that's right. Never mind. You're married.
Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, you need to remember that. She'll kill both of us.
Yeah. I keep forgetting.
Oh, don't worry. You go in there and say something to her. She'll remind you.
Yeah, she reminded me last night, too. I wasn't sure I was going to walk out of there without being castrated.
Well, he pulls the bar back. Well, enjoy.
I appreciate it.
And enjoy y'all's new jobs. What? Another fucker gets to go before me? Look, bud, you keep talking like that, you're not getting in tonight.
Do I hear that?
Yeah.
I will turn around, walk back out. Who said that?
Well, it's just that asset right there. He didn't like it when your boy went in earlier before him. Guess he doesn't realize, employees can't tend to go in before the actual patrons do. So.
So how many people are here with this asshat?
And as you say that, the one girl standing next to him and her girlfriend are kind of looking at each other like, should we say something? Should we not? I mean, they seem a tad bit embarrassed, but they don't say anything.
Well, see, buddy, that's my party going on inside. I run the music. If you want to get in dancing, you need to respect my boy here. If not, you can pack your ass on, get on out of here. Your girls can stay, and I'll show them a really good time while your ass is sitting at home. Capiche?
Alright, time for a roll.
Alright.
Why don't you give me some sort of either intimidation or persuasion? Whichever one you're trying to do.
Would that go with my charisma or manipulation?
That depends. If it's a persuasion, it's going to be charisma based. If it's an intimidation, you go with manipulation based. I think that's how I'll play it.
Okay. Ooh, piece your pit.
Did you roll?
Yeah.
I
Did not pop up?
See it come up? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. You intimidate him big time, but you may have made the mistake of your eyes glowing a little red at the time you get up in his face.
Okay.
You're pretty certain he probably shit himself as he takes off. The two girls are kind of looking at each other confused, like, what the fuck just happened?
I'm sorry about that, ladies, but your boyfriend, husband,
Date.
need a date. I'm so sorry. You're going to need to find their testament. But you know what? I'll pull out some money, hand it to Jordan. These ladies are on me. Here's whenever they can get in, and I'll pay their entry fee.
Well, shit, man. If you're doing that, he pulls a ribbon back and says, "They free to go in now."
Oh, okay. I'll bring the ladies on in. I'll pull up my credit card. Go up to, was it Zoe?
Yeah, Zoe's currently at the bar. No. Who was, yeah, I think Zoe is the one currently at the bar.
Okay. Go up to Zoe, hand her my credit card. These two ladies are on me tonight. I kind of chased away their date. So if they need anything, just throw it on me. I'll take care of it.
Sure. Whatever you say, man. She
What?
runs. What? Now these two? What about the other one that was out here that stayed all night long?
Oh, then, no. I just felt bad because they had poor choice of men. I wanted to show them what the real gentleman was like.
Alright, so you're paying for whatever they want this evening.
To an extent.
Okay.
$200
I got your card on file. You can have it back.
Okay. Yeah, just 200 at most if the. Know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Oh, no. Nothing.
I didn't think so. I got him covered. Don't worry about it. Oh, and I think Michelle overheard you at the door a few minutes ago. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
You're talking to her husband.
Oh. Jordan's married to Michelle? I thought Jordan was married to Zoe.
I don't know. The GM just forgot.
I don't think they're married.
I think they're dating.
Okay.
Was it Zoe that I said he was dating?
I thought so.
Let me go back to my notes. That's terrible.
Not Zoe.
Okay, let me go ahead and put the note in here. It will be Zoe. And that's my fault. I apologize.
Oh, no,
So many
it's fine.
things to
It's
keep
Michelle.
Jordan dating Zoe. Okay, well, the comment will be more along the lines as you didn't try to hook one of these up with Jordan again, did you?
No.
Good.
I learned.
I kind of like you, but, you know, I cannot like you.
You been talking to my ex-wife?
Didn't know you had an ex-wife.
That's right.
Now I will start talking to her.
What's her name? Where's she live?
Oh, she's back in Corpus Christi.
Oh, you got a phone number?
Yes. 8675309.
Yeah, I've heard. I've used that one before. I mean, come on, man. That's the number I give to guys that ask for my number here at the bar.
Yeah, where do you think I got the number from?
Noted. I gotta work. Get out of here.
Alright. Well,
Alright, ladies, what do you want? And as you walk away, you hear them ask for, like, some apple teenies or whatever.
there's something away with them. Now I'll head upstairs.
Alright, and where did you go once you came in the door, Dom?
I would have headed upstairs.
Alright, well, you get up. Dom and Judd are already there. Well, you know Dom's there. And I guess Judd would be too, because he had to be seen to come through the back door.
Right. Unless I just picked it in the middle.
Well, you didn't specify, did you?
I don't. No.
Okay.
I would have come in normally.
So yeah, they're both sitting there. Christoph is doing his normal pose, you know, standing at the window with his hands behind his back. You can see what looks like a cigar sitting in the ashtray nearby. You can finally join us this evening. Welcome. Angel, right now?
As of right now, yes. Yes, it is.
You guys, I'm assuming you guys had an interesting evening last night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yes.
Didn't go as planned, but went better than expected.
And I was thinking tonight we might have an anniversary. The 5th day Angel hasn't had to change his name.
That's been 5 days? Huh. Okay.
I think it's a good time for an anniversary.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to drink to that, I suppose. He kind of chuckles. What have you got for me?
Well, they were trafficking drugs and people.
Alright. And you certain it wasn't affiliated with any of the other groups in the city?
No, they weren't part of either.
Not that we could see. No.
Okay.
Didn't find markers or
Well,
anything.
I mean, I am not real big on human trafficking. Granted, that is our food, but we usually get volunteers for that. It's just uncivilized to force people to, I suppose, be that for us.
Yeah.
And I kind of lost it there just because, saw a kid there that was about the age of my daughter. So,
Lost it as in,
I don't know, I got shot.
so,
Did not like that.
yeah, it happens from
Apparently
time to time.
Apparently I can, call buildings or some shit now. I don't know what that means. And kinda, we had to dispose some bodies that weren't left at the scene. I'll just say that.
And dispose.
Yeah, we got rid of a couple bodies that it would have caused too many questions.
So you made the scene somewhat normal, I'm guessing is what you're trying to say. Anything that
We cleaned
appeared to be abnormal or odd, you got rid of.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, did any of the survivors see you? Were there any survivors from the crew? First of all,
The crew, no.
Yeah.
Were there?
I knocked 2 out, but they shouldn't know how they got knocked out.
Yeah, the other ones I hit would have known.
Yeah.
all right. So at least
I
the
killed all the ones I dealt with.
So what you're saying is you're not compromised.
No.
Shouldn't be.
Now, is this
And we
something
don't
I
check.
have to look forward to dealing with on a regular basis?
They only found us because he couldn't stay quiet in the woods. That's why he got shot up so bad. And then apparently they shot some weird animal they found.
Yeah.
Some weird animal.
Yeah, I went like a dying animal. I thought it was an animal, but yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm good at throwing voices.
I don't think he should be singing.
Please don't do that again. I mean,
Sorry, boss.
as a rather large hound perks his head up from behind the chair. So what I was asking is, do I have to look forward to more excursions like this?
Well, see, that's what we're trying to figure out. I mean,
They're trying to figure out what to do with their new life.
yeah. And since they seem to be hating the V team, I was kind of thinking,
The
You're sorta like-
team?
yeah, like the A team, the go around does good. But
Never heard of this A team you're referring to.
Oh, I need to hook you up with my Netflix account. You can just watch the whole entire
Netflix.
season.
Is that one of those watching TV streaming things they do nowadays?
Yes.
I don't have time to do that.
Okay, anyway, it's a group of guys who were disemboweled by the military and started doing good, and people call them up to help them with the situation. But since I didn't like that...
About this time the phone rings. Don't hold that thought. And he grabs the phone and answers it. Yes. It was about damn time. I was wondering how long they were going to sit there. By all means, yes, show them in. We have guests.
Shall we leave?
No. Let's see how this plays out.
Okay.
And,
I'm actually going to still go in business. I don't trust it.
You know what? Goodbye.
alright, no problem. You guys, shall we leave? And all of a sudden, Jack goes,
Yep.
knock on the door. One of the bouncers leans in. Boss, suits are here. Yes, I know. Send them in. Let's get this over with. And the 2 FBI agents are sitting in the car out front for the last 10 days. They come walking in. Yeah, I'm Agent Smith, and this is Agent Johnson. Yes, what can I do for you, agents? Well, we had some questions. We've been watching your establishment, looking for people who may have been involved in an incident that happened about 10 nights ago. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? I work here. I've not been anywhere. Gentlemen, have you know what he is referring to?
Well, are we talking about the incident that happened in Corpus Christi? The bank, or not bank robbery, but the convenience store robbery down on Fifth?
Well, I mean, a lot of things happened. It was Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, a lot of things happened.
They've only been in town for about a week. So,
I'm referring to the incident at the Club Elan. Did either one of you know of or were involved in anything that happened there?
I've never heard of that club. And like I said, I was in Corpus Christi. Found out there was a job opening here. X was a little, so I was like, fine, I'm out. Came here.
Give me deception checks, please.
I was gonna say, if subterfuge was something I could do.
Subterfuge, I think, is the same as deception.
Yeah.
And if anyone can telepathically hear Jude's thought process, it's like, damn, I would love some popcorn while he's working.
Yeah, I'm gonna willpower that. 2, 3 successes.
Right, what was my roll?
I will
Good.
power
You
that
guys-
as well.
Well, you succeeded,
Oh, okay.
so you don't need to waste your willpower on that.
Alright.
Because
Look at
two was the 2 was your target.
So he hit like 5 or 6.
Yeah. Did you do it anyway? Okay.
Well, no, I rolled. Yeah, but they don't matter.
Yeah, I'd let you know you didn't need to. All right, so neither one of you say you weren't in town at the time, and you have no idea or no clue what the place is even called. There were reports of one of your waitresses, an Amber Owens, who works here, was at the club that night. Do you know anything about that? I mean, I don't follow my employees' every movement after they leave the club. They're free to do whatever they want. It's their life. So I don't know exactly what you're asking here. Well, Miss Owens was at the club, and when we questioned her, she said she was there with some friends from here. one, did I even write? Yeah. One Susie Watkins, one Lisa Maddox, one Dom. She never really told us Dom's last name was. And your DJ, I think, was supposed to be working that night. Devin. I mean, you'd have to ask them. Yeah, see, that's the part. We can't find any of them. Well, I mean, they've not shown up to work in about a week. I just figured they'd quit and moved on. I haven't heard any information on it. Did you ask Carla downstairs? She kind of handles the employee part of all this. Yeah. We asked your lady downstairs, Carla, and she said the same thing, that she's not seen either of them. So I'm still trying to figure out why you're questioning me then, if you've already asked all these questions and found no answers or links to my establishment. Just because they worked here does not necessarily mean I know exactly what they do on their off hours, like I said. But if they do happen to show up for the last checks, which they, I don't know, you can ask Carla for certain, I don't think they have. Do you want us to give them your number and have them call you? Sure. He hands his card over. John, the one that he introduces Jones as, man, I think we're not getting anywhere with this. We've been sitting out here. Let's go. Like, do you see anything, hear anything about them? Let us know. Well, I will do my best. Did you want to have something to say, Angel?
Well, he said if we've seen them, what do they look like? Yeah, report with.
You can ask Carla when they get done, I suppose. She can give you a description of what they look like.
Okay.
I had very light dealings with them. I mean, I own the place. I don't actually run its day-to-day activities.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a description of them, but that's pretty much it. No pictures. There was no cameras available. We just know that the one called Dom drove a van that was seen leaving the site, but has not been seen since. Gentlemen, if that's all that you have, is there any reason why you're wasting our time? I mean, we are very busy. We have other things to attend to other than lost employees. Did their families file a missing person report? Ain't that the way things go? No. One's kind of like an estranged husband to somebody, and his ex-wife has not filed anything, and the other gentleman, I think, was just a loner. Yeah, kind of a loner dude. I think the last report says he came down from New York for some reason. He's got no family in the area, and nobody's reported him missing. Now, of course, you know, Susie and Lisa's folks have reported them missing, and AJ, I think, was also another gentleman that was supposed to be with them, and he has not been seen either, and he had no family to report him missing either. Well, that tells me that you have nothing and no grounds to be in my establishment asking questions then, now do you? Now, if you have any more further questions for me or any of my employ, he slides a card across the table. He says, you can call this number here and speak with my lawyers. And they handle all of my business, including my current employees. So if there's any questions you have for me or these fine gentlemen here with me, or even Carla, call that number and let them know your questions, and they'll relay them to us. Other than that, I think we're done here. Smith kind of looks a little irritated at that comment. Jones grabs him by the shoulder and starts walking him out the door. waits about 10 seconds before Kristoff turns back to you guys and goes, "Well, that was interesting. I was wondering when they were going to finally get the gumption to come inside and ask questions instead of sitting outside watching our place like a couple of voyeurs."
Figure they come in like right after it happened.
We did have a few come in. It's just they didn't get the answers they wanted, and if you remember correctly, I believe you were here. You went out the back door as they came in the front. They didn't like the answers then and decided to scope the place out. I just let them sit there. There was no need to mess with them while they were. What about what?
What with the other guy that's out there?
Oh, you mean the gentleman that's in the back? Last I heard, he admitted himself into a hospital. Something about being coughed on. I don't quite understand the reasoning behind it, but he felt that he may be sick, and they've been running tests on him for the last 3 days.
What about the guy up front?
Yeah, that's right.
You referring to the agents up front, or are you referring to the other individual that's up front? He's not made it a point to come inside. I don't know why he's sitting there, other than the fact that, from what I've gathered, somebody said that there was a establishment ran by someone on the street.
That wasn't me.
I haven't said anything.
And I think more along the lines, he was more curious as to why a couple of FBI agents were watching the front of a business. Especially since they were connected with the SI. Well, anyway, that tidbit of business is over with. Maybe the vehicle will be gone from the front. I'm still waiting for when the was it the no, it wasn't the Anarchs. It was the Camarillas. I'm waiting for the Camarillas man to decide to come in and ask questions himself.
You want us to go say hi to him?
No.
Preferably not.
I would like for him to find his own balls and come in on his own. You gentlemen are free to do whatever you wish to do, as long as it doesn't jeopardize our business dealings here in the city.
Speaking of which, is there anything you'd like us to do? Any business you need us to go take care of?
Let's see. I would like you to keep your eyes out for Lisa and Susie and AJ. But I find that may be a lost cause at this point in time. It's been 10 days, and neither one of them have shown up. So more than likely they were either taken in.
Susie, we found last night.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that yet? I don't think you
Yeah.
did.
Yes, we did.
You did.
We
Yeah,
told
we
him where
told
she
us.
was found.
And
That's
that
right,
she
and
had-
he got her help.
Yeah.
So it's just the other two.
And it's probably on one of my other 15, 20 pages of notes here that I've been flipping back and forth through. I've got... My notes are not quite as uniformed as I think yours are, Kurt. Mine are just little jot down information here and there. And they're mixed in with, other games. Because I'm sure you guys don't have the 3 Fairy Drakes orange personalities.
Nope. Not this time.
As of right now, I don't have any current business dealings. I do wish to keep... what was I going to say? I commend you on your businesses across the water from here. Like I said before, trafficking humans is abhorrent, no matter who does it, whether it's Camarilla, Anarchs, or the humans themselves. If you're wanting to create a food source there's plenty of volunteers out there that you can get your food source from, or other means. There's no need to imprison people just to feed off them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be naive and say it's not been done. I mean, for crying out loud, that's how some things started a long time ago. I'm not going to get into that now. There used to be ships that come in here all the time dropping off food, if you will, from other countries. But that's another story. That was, what, 100 some odd years ago? No. Time seems to fly. That was 1800s? A little over 200 something years ago. Anyway. Let's see. If something comes up, I will call you. But as of right now, I have no other dealings for you or missions for you to do. As far as my businesses, all my businesses are above board, so you don't have to worry if you stumble into, say, a drug deal or a weapons deal, that you're stepping on my toes. I prefer to keep all my money legally made. Therefore, I don't draw the attention of the authorities in some way. I mean, granted, I've had a IRS guy show up a time or two trying to find out why I have so much money and how I make it. But once he goes through the books, he realizes that it's all, well, for the most part, legal.
But back to my thought that I was having before the phone rang.
How about no?
So, gentlemen, have yourselves a good night. I'm sure you have an interesting thought, Angel. I mean, if you must.
Well, I mean, you're a boss, and, well, you say you don't really watch shows, but, like, there's this show called Charlie's Angels, and they had, like, this head guy who would send them out to do things, and I was just saying, since they didn't like V-Team, it could be, like, Crystals of Angels or something like that.
And I figured it was best if we didn't even connect ourselves to your name.
That sounds
True.
a very good plan, right there.
True.
Are you trying to find a name for your little group here? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm just, I don't know how this thing works. I mean, we got the Camarillo, we got the Anarchs, we got the...
Yes, you got the
Independent.
SS people or whatever.
SI. That's the Second Inquisition, if that helps you out any.
Okay.
You've ever heard of the Spanish Inquisition?
Well, no one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Okay. Well, the SI is the Second Inquisition. And I'm sure the comic just came from some sort of obscure film you've watched, right?
It's not obscure, but yes, it's one of Mel Brooks' best.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm gonna have to get you a collection of movies for you to watch. I mean, you've been around for this long and you still haven't seen some of the greatest theatrical performances.
Well, from what it sounds like, no offense if you're making it sound like you're old, but movies been around not a real long time compared to what he said he's may have experienced.
I mean, I've been to theater back in the day, of course. At one point in time in Paris, there was a theater full of Kindred, and they would perform different skits, and no one, of course, other than the fellow Kindred, realized that they were Kindred at all. Matter of fact, I think a woman out of Louisiana wrote a story that had that in it. I can't remember what that was called. Anyway.
have
Well-
nothing you need us to look into or do for you.
Not right now. I mean, I'm sure something may arise later. That's hence why I've got you on retainer.
Yeah.
But you are free to do whatever you wish to do, as long as it does not jeopardize what we have here, or
Yeah.
the masquerade, as it were.
Should we be wearing masks?
It's not that kind of masquerade. You're already
Yeah.
wearing a mask.
Yes. I'm whispering. Yes. You need a mask.
I mean, your name is Amy.
Wiping it off his face.
Well, no, I was thinking, like Phantom of the Opera type mask, or maybe.
A masquerade mask.
And I'm sitting here when, Sparkles comes back. There are going to be lots of masks for him. So.
Yes. Me and Sparkles will probably get along.
Oh, yes. By the way, Sparkles did phone in a little while ago. Apparently, a convention came up, and she will not be with us for a while. She's flying out to go compete against that, what was the name she used? Something Han. So,
Oh?
I mean, the show must go on, so.
Okay. Alright, well then I guess I'll head on down. I get two girls that need some company.
Yes, about that.
What?
Please be more careful.
Why? What happened?
Well, I mean, you did leave one here for, 2 nights? That was very suspicious? I mean,
2 nights?
1 or 2. You had her here
Yeah.
one night, and then you left her here alone another night. And both
Yeah.
nights she, very attractive single woman in a club, but doing absolutely nothing but sitting there? I'm just saying, be more careful.
Yeah.
When you compel someone to stay put, maybe augment your compelling a little.
Enjoy yourself.
That what happened?
Probably. That would be my
Okay.
guess. I wasn't there.
I just said.
I just know that Michelle and Zoe both expressed concerns as to why she was acting the way she was, and I just tried my best to isolate. Oh, actually, no. Carla tried, because they don't talk to me. They talk to Carla. She talks to me.
My bad. I just told her hang tight. I'd be back in a little bit. I didn't realize you literally hang tight.
Yes, she was hanging rather tightly to that chair.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, I don't plan on doing anything with these two. It's just her date was kind of being an ass to Jordan. Bitch was complaining that I was able to walk in, and so I chased him off and brought these girls in.
Yes, I see no blowback coming from that whatsoever. He cocks an eyebrow your direction.
Well,
Best
If
turn
these-
on my electrical cords.
things get too little feisty. Dom can handle.
Stop.
What?
Sounds to me like he's going to pick a fight that you're going to finish.
Oh, preferably not, but okay.
Nah, I'm just a lover. I'm not a fighter.
Stop.
I mean, I could teach you how to fight.
Nope.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, you
know,
definitely sound like a lover.
Yeah, I can hold my own if need be, but I'd rather not fight.
Go lay down. Go lay down.
I mean, I got this perfectly good jawline. I just don't want to ruin it, you know?
Yeah, and then you've got that perfectly good jawline. You look at Dom. He's got a crooked nose and a cauliflower ear. And
See, if your face gets messed up, at least it won't be as bad as. Where the fuck is he? He's disappearing.
somewhere. I mean, he
Alright.
could have left when the FBI guys left. He could be in the back of their car with them. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. Alright. But I'm sure Boss Man would like his office, so I'm gonna head out. Head
Yes, I would
downstairs.
definitely enjoy having my office to myself at the moment. You gentlemen all free to go.
Yep. And as I walk out, I'll jump into the boys' room to use the restroom.
Well, it's
After a
time.
break.
We're taking a 10-minute break. It is 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
Like,
that's.
so,
That's
yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking ourselves a 10-minute
Go.
break so that everybody can go to the bathrooms. And I think Dragon could probably use a good walk too, so I'll have a surprise on my floor. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. See you soon. Oh no, please.
It's fine. It's just like, oh
It
no,
is
why
fine.
is he doing this?
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
all.
oh no, we're about to get into trouble again.
Yay.
Everyone's saying, I need popcorn. You know, we're gonna get into trouble. I'm just gonna watch the train wreck in progress.
Alright, so, what are y'all doing? We are back live. You guys have, I'd say, not been given any marching orders. You've just been told that you're free to do whatever you wish to do.
I'm going to do what I've been doing the last couple of nights now, is kind of watch the club and watch people, and when I see entitled young schmuck, doesn't matter male or female, you know, I'm going to follow them out.
Okay. Entitled Young Schmidt. Copy that. How about the rest of you?
Oh, privileged entitled. Okay.
Rest of you?
Third.
I don't know what he'd do tonight on his own. He's just been kind of hanging out for the last few nights, and now with some downtime. He'll probably just hang around. Probably not this area, but go to an area where there's some other bars and just, you know, he's been used to watching and, you know, taking care of people who need taken care of, so he might just go do that, watch and see if there's anybody trying to, you know, hurt those who can't protect themselves.
Okay, so we have 2 vigilantes going. Alright, how about...
So one vigilante, one person just exploring.
Yeah.
I'll go back down to the bar area. If the ladies aren't mingling with other guys, I hang out with them for a little bit. Occasionally go up and...
Yeah, the 2 that you brought in are currently on the dance floor.
Okay.
Just kind of dancing with each other at the moment. You know, a couple guys might come up near them, but they seem to be just into dancing at the moment, not anything else.
Okay. I will find like a booth or something. Grab a drink. Sit there and
Hold on a
watch and
second.
occasionally go up.
I think you're smooth, huh? He just reached up, pulled this rag off my desk. Go lay down. Go lay down. Take your hammer and go lay down.
And if DJ Hitman needs a break, I'll go up there and hit some tunes.
Do you tell him?
No, I'll just sit there and drink. If he weighs me up, I'll go up. If not, then that's fine too.
No, he doesn't seem to wave you up at all. He does
Okay.
his thing all night, you know, for the most part.
Alright.
Give me a wits and awareness, Judd, and we'll say the same thing for Dom. Or Igor, or whatever.
Wits and awareness or streetwise wits?
We'll do, you need streetwise wits.
Yeah, I was going to see if I could do that, because I have urban survival as a
Okay, I'll allow it.
specialty.
Oh, let's go ahead and knock that up a little bit with 3. Okay, so, yeah, perfect. Oh, that's 2 10s. That's 6 successes. How many is that? 4 or 5 successes?
Mm-hmm.
10s count as double successes?
Yeah,
Well,
if they're
actually-
not on a hunger. I got a 10 and a 10.
So that's 3, and then 4.
Okay, so 4.
No, sorry,
4 successes.
2, then 1, 3. You got 3 successes.
Okay, good. I was curious how the 2 10s work in tandem.
Yeah, they doubled.
So yeah,
Oh, sorry. They. Yes.
it's more than 2.
It's
more than
enough.
2.
And yours was, Judd?
I have a bestial failure, but I have 4.
Okay. So let's see.
He'll go
And I know
find
how I'll
himself a...
handle. I know how I'm going to handle the bestial failure.
All right, so I'll let you describe that for me. So we'll let you go first. At some point in time, you do catch a glimpse, or you hear the entitled college rich kid, girl at the bar, screaming at Zoe that she mixed her drink wrong, that she's had the same drink at the same bar for the last, however, and she knows how it's supposed to be made, and Zoe made it wrong.
Right. I'm going to keep an eye on her, and I am following her.
Alright. And with your 3 plus whatever successes on yours, at some
he would
point...
have got himself a mask of some sort, like, normal N95 or whatever mask to cover his face to some degree.
Alright. You do come across a rather, I guess the phrase would be overprotective, but it's not, it's more controlling gentleman with his girlfriend. You notice that he'll go and move a certain way all of a sudden and she'll kind of flinch. Anytime her eyes start to move around the room, he'll lean in front of her and he'll say something to her.
I'll watch that for a while.
Alright. And you are just hanging out at the bar.
I'm at a booth, or a little table or some sorts, looking on the dance floor, just looking around,
Alright.
seeing if there's anything tasty for later, or if I'm just going to call one of my folks in.
Well, why don't you give me a I'm looking for something tasty roll.
Alright.
That'll going to be I don't want to use I don't know if I'd use awareness on this one because you're looking for something specific. So how about you give me a wits investigation maybe, or you can do streetwise like they did. Wait a minute. No, insight's more of a mental thing, so never mind. Go ahead.
Streetwise, intelligence.
Do you want that better or no?
Yeah.
Alright, so just a cursory glance around the room, you see a couple good candidates. The 2 girls that you brought in earlier, 3 or 4 others that are on the dance floor. There's not a fifth, but a 6th one that you thought might be, but she goes back to a table and sits down next to a guy who's already got drinks for her.
Okay.
Good boy, yes. Alright, so starts to get late. We'll say young Karen starting to walk out the place. She's already bitched at a couple other people. Michelle caught a bit of it too before the night was up. She shoulders her way past Jordan and starts stumbling out into the night.
I'm following, and I'm going to get in the car with her if she's driving.
Let's see. She walks around the corner to the lot next to the place and gets into... Let's find out what car she gets into, shall we? Nope. Let's do this. There we go. Trying to find the right one. She gets into this one.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be too much. Yeah, it's
Did
way
you
too
put
much.
it somewhere?
I put it in roll 20, but it's probably way too much.
Oh wow, yeah.
Let's see. Can I copy the
Let's see
image?
if it loads. No, it's Alexa's poop. Okay.
All right. Yeah, so she gets into that and starts fumbling around trying to find her keys.
Okay, and while she's doing that, I'm going to get in.
All right. Open the door and hop in.
Yeah.
Are you invisible?
Oh yeah.
She's like,
And
what the?
while she's fumbling for her keys, I'm just going to grab her and drink.
All right. So give me that roll.
Oh, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that?
Something.
Yeah, I can understand what.
Okay, good.
Okay. So that's 2.
Alright, this is what, a brawl thing?
Yeah. And I can use willpower if needed. In fact, I'm just going to go on and use the
No
willpower.
need. She's too drunk to be concerned with it.
And
I mean,
I'm
she was
not
initially
going
caught off guard when the door opened.
Yeah, and
But-
this is where the and if you need me to avoid cameras and stuff while I'm doing this, I can roll stealth to avoid any detection. Because I don't want to be caught on camera getting into the car either. So
Yeah, but you were invisible, right?
yeah, but I don't want it looking like the door just opened by itself.
I mean,
More like
there's YouTube
she may
video.
have
There's
opened-
YouTube videos all the time out there, shit like that.
Yeah, but I'm getting in and I'm draining her dry. That's where the monstrous failure comes in.
Okay.
Because she's pissed me off.
Gotcha.
All right, so yeah, you. I mean, there's some struggle, but she's too inebriated, and you're definitely too strong to stop anything. So yeah, you
Yep.
drain her dry.
And then I'm kind of in the ecstasy of that moment. That gets all of that done. But I have to make a second rouse check, which I failed. So I will still have 100. But that's quite alright for me. Because I'm just dissolving her body.
Okay.
And then I am going to get her keys and drive her car over to Igor's friend's Top Shop.
Okay, so you're not going to the gangrel shop. You're going to the human shop.
Oh heck, I'll take it to the gangrel shop, and I'm gonna park it just outside with a sign with a note attached to the windshield that just says a gift, and I'm taking her purse with me.
Okay. You take her purse. You drop the car off. Do you search anything in the purse?
Well, I'm going to be searching it. Yes, I want her cash. I'm gonna take her cash for a purpose.
She's got $200 in cash and several credit cards.
Credit cards, I could care less about, and I don't want anything found of her ever again. So I will find a nice place to shred those and throw them away.
She has her ID. I'm trying to. Where is it? Yasmin Hamilton was her name, if that mattered to you.
No, it does not.
Alright.
But I know I probably have heard some of the people at the facility calling her a Karen. So.
Probably. Alright, so we'll move on to.
And I'll come back and do this in a minute, but I need to do one other roll.
What's that?
I just have to look. I have just killed a person for no apparent reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to make my remorse check. And because this may have caused stain.
Yeah, Judd's making some
He's making some new life choices.
well, it says you succeeded.
Okay, so all.
Yeah, Judd's gone from Capri Suns to Karen's now.
Yep.
So Dom.
Still like those Capri Suns, I'm going to down another one. Get rid of the hunger left.
Gotcha.
But
Dom, you keeping an eye on that couple?
Yes.
Alright, so some point in time during your observation, you hear her say to him about wanting to get up and dance. He is adamant that he doesn't dance and that she doesn't need to either. He actually orders her food and drinks for her. Even though she asked for something different, he orders her a simple beer instead of some mixed drink she wanted.
Gotcha.
Let's see. As the night goes on, they get up to leave. Some guy brushes past her, kind of bumps into her as they're walking out. She turns to say she's sorry. He yanks her arm, pulls her out the door. You can see in his body language he's extremely pissed. They walk down the street about half a block. He takes her back in towards an alleyway. You following suit?
Following him. Yeah.
Before you get to the alleyway, you hear the yelling. You're certain you hear a smack. You come around the corner. You can see she's sobbing and she's got blood coming down the side of her mouth. The screaming and yelling is the fact that she bumped into that guy on purpose. He's blaming her for being not used to this, so I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it.
He's just being a.
He's being a general dick, is what he's being. He's being a very over-controlling, very controlling, abusive dick. But he's accusing her of bumping that guy on purpose because she wanted to get his attention. The talking to him, the disrespect that she showed him all night. Just trying to get him to get up and have a good time, that kind of stuff.
Yep, I'm gonna go in there and send his balls into his throat.
Alright, how are you doing that?
By kicking him right between the legs.
Give me... Yeah, okay. Give me a... we've gone from being vigilantes to I'm just gonna fuck people up.
Well, that guy's an asshole.
Oh yeah, yes, he is definitely an asshole. Go ahead and give me that brawl strength check. Oh.
That's a 6 with a bestial failure.
How hungry are you right now?
Only 2.
Tell you what, you have both of them here. You've kicked him. Robert gave me what his bestial failure was. Why don't you do that? Tell me what exactly happens, including your bestial failure.
Okay, so
I mean, you've definitely 6 to his whatever. Actually, he's supposed to have like an athletics, isn't he?
Yeah, Dex Athletics. I thought about trying to roll those last 3, but I decided against it. Because I felt it was a little excessive.
Okay, well, let's put it to you this way. That's a difference of 6.
Uh-huh.
So...
Aggravated.
Very, very aggravated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I took this guy down. And, does she run the second that happens, or does she just kind of...
She's in fright and shock because you didn't take him down. You launched him.
Oh, perfect.
Because you said you kicked him in the nuts.
Oh, yeah.
With
yeah,
that roll, I'm going to say you launched him. And like I said, you can go beyond that with a bestial failure, but I'm gonna say you launched him.
Oh yeah, with the bestial failure, this is not quite a frenzied type of thing, but it's more the anger side of it.
Yeah, that anger that you had when you were still human about, maybe some mommy issues you might have had, or people you dealt with in New York that were abusive to women.
Yeah, yeah. So he follows him down the alley where he launched him and continues to go a little bit beyond where he should have. And he doesn't kill him. That's not the plan here.
Okay. Well, as you walked further on, following the body, as you're starting to throw whatever blows you're doing at his prone form, she finally somewhat shakes out of it and takes off running and screaming.
Okay, perfect. Now I will feed.
Okay.
Now that she's gone, now I will feed. If she was going to try and get him or get me off, then I would have bet on her instead.
Yeah. The initial kick scared the hell out of her, and then when she sees you stalk him, it takes a moment that she finally gets her senses enough to take off running. You don't hear her scream. She just takes off running.
So yeah, I will feed on this guy if you want that. I can.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Let's see if we're on the second dead body of the evening.
Yeah, preferably not, but strength plus brawl plus grapple plus potence plus difficulty plus hopefully no bestial. Hey, that's only 12 successes. No bestial.
Yeah, he's too busy holding himself and squealing like a stuck pig.
And this
high-pitched squealing as you just kind of tilt his head to the side. You hear a pop when you do. You didn't snap his neck, but you probably realigned a vertebrae or two before you sunk your teeth in.
Yeah, and this takes but seconds because of my brutal feed. I can drain a person in seconds. I don't intend to drain him, though. This is just going to be real quick, just out like a light.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have any failures on bestial failures on that one, so.
Yep. Then I will roll his pockets. Of course, close the wound that is on his neck.
Yep. You roll his pockets. You find wallet, bank card, $30, his ID, some business cards, just like some strip joints that are in the area. Actually, I don't even know if there are any in Savannah, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, and I will take all of his stuff. Does he have a nice jacket?
Yeah, he's pretty nice leather jacket.
Okay, perfect. I'll take the jacket, and if he has any jewelry, I'll take the jewelry.
He's got a business card for Savannah's Gentlemen's Club, the Emperor's Gentlemen's Club, and Temptations.
Okay, so he's a right piece of shit. Perfect. So yeah, I'll take his jewelry if he has any, and then his nice jacket, and then leave him in the alley.
He has decorative dog tags on.
Oh.
I say decorative because you can tell by looking at them they're not officially, military. They're like little flames on it with a name or something like that. Something he had done, thinking it was cool.
All right, yeah, no, I will take those. Probably just rip them off and toss them under a dumpster or something. And
you get like a cheap, like $5 watch on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
His cell phone is shattered though because he landed on it when he hit the ground.
Oh, that's too bad for him. Yep, he can spend the night in the dumpster, and then I'll just keep on going down the alley and away.
All right. Angel.
Yes.
These two had an eventful evening. What about you?
Well, as I'm looking over the crowd, thinking of, which one was the redhead? I think Elena. Thinking about Elena. So, I call it a night. Call Marcus. Come pick me up. And as I head back, I'll give Elena a ring, see if she wants to come over.
All right. So, Elena, that was not Becky. So give me a persuasion.
All right. Persuasion.
This is the 11th night. So what night are we on? This is the middle of the week because he started on a Friday night. I heard a roll. There it is. Who? Well, you're on the phone, so I can't see where a messy critical would be too much, other than you probably just blurt out with what you want. She's like, well, I mean, I'm in, just having dinner at the moment. Sure, I can be over there in about 15, 20 minutes or so. I mean, just let me get ready. Meet you at your place?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Sure. I could use a booty call tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She gets off the phone with you, and 20 minutes or so later, she shows up at your door.
All right, and then I will go ahead and
Fade to black.
yes.
All right.
And
so,
that is what's my feed roll again? I can't remember.
that would be some sort of charisma-based thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And how much you've eaten off of her?
No, actually, I haven't didn't get a hunger at all this round. So
I think you fed all your hunger from the other night.
yeah. So yeah, just enough to get a nice little taste.
So just a sip, a little casual. One hunger
Yeah.
taken care of, or what have you. All right. I shift, he moves. Okay, so we have one death, one near death, and one just getting laid. Gotcha.
I will text Jude and ask if there's any. Is it Salvation Armies you can drop off clothing and stuff like that? Yeah, I'll ask if where he deals with if they have anything like that.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. Just he will give you direct or tell you the address.
Because somebody's gonna get a nice coat or jacket.
Let's see.
That's it. He
He
would
tells you-
actually tell you to go to the St. Thomas School,
Okay.
which is on East Montgomery.
All right. Yeah, he'd make his way there and drop off that as a nice little present after checking the pockets.
Oh, okay. The St. Thomas thrift store on Montgomery?
Yep. Oh yeah, that actually would have been a better idea.
If there's a different one.
And while we're on the phone, you probably hear a clunk as a cell phone is thrown into the Savannah River.
We're learning from each other, just not in the best ways.
Exactly.
You're a good person. I'm starting to be a good person. And then you're going.
Yeah, let's see.
Hey, I'm not killing good people. I say I don't think there is a feeding category for Karens.
Not yet. Maybe we should make one.
Okay.
So you get the address from him to a good place to drop off nearby. He take what did you say it was, St. Thomas?
Yes.
Is anybody he needs to see at St. Thomas, or just drop it off?
No, I mean I mean it's after hours. They're closed, so this would be Dropbox.
Okay, there you go.
And that's what would happen. It'd just be right there in the Dropbox. And then, yeah, eventually I'd find a place to toss his stuff, except for the cash and whatever.
All right, noted. So you're $30 richer, you're $200 richer, and you're personally satisfied richer.
Yes.
All right. So after the phone conversation, let's see, Judd, what are you going to do after you get off the phone with Dom?
Well, to mention why St. Thomas, that's actually where what is her name? Sister Mary Margaret. Yeah, Sister Mary Margaret. If that's the church. So, okay. So helping her too. I'm just making sure I've gotten rid of everything about this one. So,
Yeah, you're pretty
cash
certain.
is about the only thing I want to keep. You know, keys are in the river. Phone is in the river.
Yeah, there's no pictures in her
cards.
wallet.
Yeah, credit cards have been destroyed in some fashion. You know, finding scissors and cutting them up and dropping them around town in different trash cans.
Okay. Doesn't take
Then
long.
I'm going to leave a note for my sire, asking to meet up with him.
Where are you leaving that note?
I'm sure that we have kind of a, since, you know, cell phones are non-cam, I'm sure we have some place that we've made in common for things like that. I don't have a good place right now in mind.
It's okay.
Oh, the Savannah Classics Academy.
Alright.
A brick that's loose in the back of that book.
Okay, you pull the brick out, you put your little note in there, you notice there's a note already in there.
Ooh, pull it out.
It's it says, "Kinda looking for you. I will wait for you at your place."
Okay. And I will go back to my place.
Yep. You get back to your tomb, mausoleum, or whatever, and he is sitting in the corner over there, in one of the corners.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Felt it was time we needed to speak.
I'm not sure.
You've been busy.
I wanted to speak with you too.
Well, by all means, go ahead.
Well, it's about what you said last time.
What was that?
About, you know, how I feed on, you know, the blood bags and things, and taking care of people. I started looking at other people. Not the people I normally hang out with, just I normally don't watch the people around. I normally don't watch the people that are just kind of walking by the homeless. I'm usually more focused on them, the homeless. But, you know, I decided to start watching and finding out how much they really annoy me. And I've also started trying to feed on other things just to see what it's like, and you might, I kind of hate to say it, but you might be onto something.
Well, it only took you decades to realize it.
Yeah.
Might be some of that new influence you have in your life.
Yeah, which new influences?
Well, I mean, I do hear that you're hanging out with some new faces.
Yeah, there were some new people in town.
Anyone affiliated or that I would know?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. They don't seem to be part of the Anarchs. Though I actually was over near the botanical garden, and I think I saw the Anarch's Baron over there. I'm not exactly sure what he looks like, but it wasn't one of our people, and he had a lot of goons with him.
And what, your new friends were there too? heard the Baron is definitely looking into the leak with the party the other night.
Well,
And he
I've
has
been
been seen out and
concerned.
about.
Hmm?
I said he has been seen out and about.
Well, I mean, I have to admit, I'm kind of concerned about that too, because having the sheriff's people and the SI raiding the same place at the same time.
Yes, that was
I
a bit
mean,
of a mess.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not only that it could hurt people, or just innocent people. I mean, some of our people could have gotten hurt. Because I don't think the SI would have been very concerned who they hit.
Well, they never are, as long as they get us. So there's nothing more you can tell me about these new faces that I'm hearing about.
Well, I mean, what do you want to know? I mean, they seem young. I mean, it sounds like they came up from Corpus Christi. Thankfully, somebody has kept mentioning coming from Corpus Christi. And, I mean, is there anyone in particular you're interested in? I'm trying to find out more about what's going on, period. Because
Well, we do know
something
there's...
seems to be going on.
Yes, we know there's an older player behind the scenes somewhere. We just don't know exactly where that is.
No, what do you mean by an older player?
Someone not affiliated with either organization. Someone of the old blood.
Okay.
Seems to keep himself well hidden and his affairs close to the vest. No one has laid eyes on him yet. Him or her, I mean, I'm assuming.
Well, what can you tell me? Because I might be able to stuff something out. You must have agents around here.
Well, we have, of course, you know not the Baron, the Prince is, head of security, has sent someone to keep an eye on some agents that were watching clubs. You mentioned that a few days ago.
Oh yeah, I saw, I think I saw them. Did I talk to him? I can't remember. I think I did. I think I said something to him. Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of watching out for those FBI goons myself.
Yeah, so rumor is it's...
Had a lot of fun with one of them.
Rumor is that someone broke a human human and a vampire, out of their facility a few nights ago. And then, of course, there's the little incident of some unusual activity across the river. Still sketchy as to what happened, but it seems an entire organization of traffickers were taken out without anyone seeing who done it. So yes, there seems to be some things going on in the shadows that the Prince would like to know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you will tell me if anything important comes up.
Well, okay. I'm just going to go in and put myself out on a limb on this one. I actually know a little bit about what happened last night. Because I heard some commotion and I went over just to look.
And?
I saw people... Not sure if it was an opposing gang or what, but there was a lot of shooting that went on. And I mean, I'll admit, I'm the one that went to a phone booth and called the police about the human trafficking. because I saw that.
Yes, that's right.
And,
Your bleeding heart wouldn't let somebody like that suffer.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I couldn't leave that.
So you made the call.
Yes, I'm the one that made the call. And as far as I could tell, I didn't know if they were gang members affiliated with anyone I knew, or that the prince might know.
Well, the particular organization that was taken down are not affiliated with any of us that I know of. I mean, they're not Camarilla, that's for certain, and my look into it didn't show that they were Anarch-related either.
Well, I must admit I'm not.
But you're certain they
sure.
were all humans involved in the struggle.
Well, I mean, I didn't stay around to find out because there were a lot of guns there. I really just kind of saw them taking some stuff into the warehouse, went in, saw what it was. Okay, I did knock 2 people out.
Okay. Well, you will keep me informed if your friends end up being more than they seem, right?
Well, yeah.
And where have you been yourself? I mean, it has been several days since we communicated.
Well, let's see. After. Okay. Something I learned a long time ago is that the water at the really bottom of the some of the waterways around here is really dark, and so if I get way too close to dawn and I can't get back here, I'll just go for a swim. Because luckily my body doesn't float. So, I mean, I wasn't here last night. Actually, one of the most
Yes, I know
while.
you weren't here last night. I've been here since then.
Yeah, I mean, well, hopefully Granddad hasn't bothered. But
He's been unusually quiet for some reason.
oh, good.
I did hear him grumble about you and your choices and friends, but that's about all.
Well, no, so I was underwater for the day. So, I mean, you know, that thing last night, yeah, I have to walk. It took a long time to get back close enough and just didn't have enough time to get back in here.
Sorry, I don't know if you caught the that or just the noise.
Yes. So yeah,
Seems to be very lively in the great cemetery this evening. Or is that one of them spirits telling somebody else to be quiet?
Yes.
Loud enough to wake the dead.
But the other reason you might not have seen me around is I've been kind of trying to watch how the other half lives.
Yes, you mentioned that you've changed your feeding habits.
Well, not sure how much, but just testing the waters. I now understand a lot more of what you were saying.
Just be sure
about
you
the field.
remember the job, the rules that are involved.
Don't hunt in other people's area, and don't break the masquerade.
Correct. Let's see. I think at this point in time, those are the only concerns the prince has. But he does expect you to report anything out of the ordinary. I still can rely on you for that, right?
Definitely.
You are close to these mortals on the street and hear things. That's why I come to you for information.
And
I would hate to have to get somebody else to follow you around and verify that.
I could understand that, but now that you told me about someone older here in town, and the prince is, I take it the prince is concerned about their presence here.
Well, the prince is concerned about anyone who can hold power.
Well, yeah. So I mean, as I said, yeah, I'll keep my ear out on anything that's new, and I'll definitely tell you.
Let's see. I'm going to try something here.
Okay.
Okay, give me.
Oh hell!
Give me, I guess like a subterfuge, manipulation, maybe.
Okay. In one go,
Yeah.
I
He's like,
equaled him.
it's like, You can tell he thinks maybe, but he can't get a grip on what it is. Something maybe, niggling at his mind. But you match him, so he lets it go.
Okay.
Well, I
For
guess
now.
I will be taking my leave. That's almost time for. Well, maybe I'll make it to the river and enjoy the darkness there like you did. And see what the fuss is about.
Yes. And if I come across anything, I'll leave a note.
Very well. And he vanishes from sight.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't have the auspice to see him. So I don't have auspice yet.
He's like, so as he vanishes, Granddad steps in. Or great, whatever. So, yeah. He's been here all night and day and night.
And so you had an exciting conversation with him, I guess.
No, I find him weird. I find all your friends weird.
Well, yeah.
You need
they
to
are.
pick better friends. Especially that guy.
Well, like what?
I mean, you're living in a cemetery talking to your dead great whatever grandfather. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Well,
And you got people, creatures, whatever that thing is, visiting you at all. And you got nothing better to do than sit in a crypt for the last 2 nights waiting on you to get back?
truthfully, probably not.
Yeah, he tried asking questions, and I refused to answer any of them on the grounds that I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, well, I can understand that.
He asked about your new friends, asked about the 2 you're supposed to have staked and burnt,
Well, yes.
and asked if
Yes.
I knew what you were doing in all these disappearing days and hours and nights.
Well, you know some of it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell
I
him.
was thinking, maybe I do need a new suit of clothes.
Well,
I'm going to make changes in my life.
I said I think they buried a new family plot down like the other side of the cemetery. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking. Oh wait. New? Oh, that might be helpful. Something else. I've been reading one of your old diaries. So.
Oh, which one?
Oh, the one about hoodoo magic. So.
Yeah, why do you think I'm still here?
Well, I know, but
Never marry a voodoo priestess. Never.
Well, yeah, but
they'll cut your heart out and.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have cheated on her.
How was I supposed to know she had a doll and all that stuff and could see that? Whatever.
But you said there's a new set of bodies. Might go do some digging
talk to the guys down the aisle 13.
Down at the pub. Okay.
I'm not allowed to go to the pub anymore. Remember, I can't leave the cemetery.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Do you kick your nightly guest out there, Marcus?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna do something, Marcus.
What?
I'm gonna have you roll something for me.
Alright.
Let's go with athletics stamina. No, we'll do dex. And then stamina.
Dex stamina. Okay. I don't have that option for. So I guess I had
Athletics and dex.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Athletics. Dex.
Okay. Do you want to adjust that?
Yeah. So that's what, 2d10 I can reroll?
Well, yeah, because the other one's a hunger.
Yeah.
Alright, well, 3 successes. So now give me a stamina performance.
Do I get an extra dice because I'm beautiful?
No.
And it's a social interaction?
No, this is not well, I mean, it might be a social interaction, but it's not. This is a physical interaction. Alright, seem to be just fine. I will not get into any descriptions of how the night went. Needless to say, the room is a wreck. And nobody's doing a walk of shame in the morning.
Yeah.
Dom,
Yes.
how do you end your night?
After that and dropping off the jacket to the specified place, I will eventually make my way back to my place.
Alright, as you're walking away from dropping off the jacket, you hear a, "Hey, I don't know you. You new here? I know everybody."
Who's that? I'll look to see whoever it is.
Well, it looks like a fella in a ragged preacher's outfit.
No, it's just new coming by here. I came across some spare clothing and I didn't need it.
And
So
all
I
the
talked to
places
a
you
friend of
decided to
mine.
drop it at this one, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was told.
He kind of sniffs the air a little bit. Kind of gets real close to you and... Yeah. I've not seen you before. Who are you affiliated with?
I'm a friend of Judd's.
Oh, you're a friend of Judd's?
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you say so? I like Judd. Judd's good. But he never mentioned you. I'm Zeke. He puts his hand out. It's kind of dirty and he kind of wipes
that's
on his
fine.
shirt a little bit, sticks it back out.
I'll shake his hand. Just recently acquainted, just friends.
Ah, okay. Well, if you're ever in the area, stop by and listen to my sermons. Nobody ever believes me.
Gotcha.
But, you know,
Yeah.
you would because you're in the know.
Gotcha.
No, I understand. No, okay. He just kind of starts
Well,
pitching at himself.
Yep, you have a good night. I gotta get headed home, so.
Now you've met Zeke, the street preacher.
Yep. What's going on here? This crazy son of a... Hey, whatever.
And you see, as you walk away, he goes back underneath one of the trees and starts adjusting the signs. He's got his candles he's relighting. And anybody that walks by, he starts preaching about the end of the world, how everyone will become food for or fodder for those of higher power. And it sounds like he's preaching the end of the world, and like he's bringing out Revelation type verses that go with the fact that the angel of death walks amongst us. Those who can't see it are doomed to be their food. Things like that.
Oh, Zeke's, he's gonna get himself killed. better get out of here before he gets himself killed.
Alright, so I guess you head back to your boat.
Yeah, if it's getting late enough, I've stalked those people for a while.
We will say, as you're walking home, you do come across a very rather lit up sky. Let me see if I can find the exact location for you. Let's see. You're on. I want to say you're on East Broad Street. Actually, you were coming from. Where did I say you're coming from? Where'd you say it was, Trinity? Robert? Was it Saint? Saint Timothy?
Thomas is on East Montgomery.
All right. So let's see. Where is that in location to where he'll be going to go home?
It's a little far away.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good trek. Halfway across the friggin' city. Okay. So, yeah, I guess you got a taxi or you drove or something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you didn't walk that distance.
Get a call from Marcus. Get a ride from him.
Alright, Marcus will show up after a while, pick you up. But as you guys are driving back towards the ferry's already ran, so he's got to take you the long way around to get there. You do tell him to take you to the boat?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he'll kick across the Talmadge Memorial Bridge and bring you down Savannah Harbor Parkway. But on your way there, you do pass a house that is on fire.
Ooh.
There we go. Let me see if I can find the exact address. Nope, I don't see it. There it is. Where is actually? I'm saying you see one, but I don't know if you're anywhere near. Where's the Hilton Head Island? It's probably the other direction. That's okay. I'll just leave it be. But yeah, you drive past the house that is completely engulfed in flames. You've got the fire trucks out there, police, onlookers, looky-loos, the whole 9 yards.
That's bad.
Marcus keeps on. Once he gets a clear way, he goes around it and keeps heading on. Oh.
You recognize that address?
No. I've never been there. Just some. It's one of those houses, you know. It's like a bed and breakfast or whatever they rent out to people.
Oh, all right. That's. Huh. Shame it happened.
All right. So he takes you and drops you off where you wish to be dropped off at. Where do you wish to be dropped off at?
He can just take me to the basically down the street before the easiest way where it'll be for him to turn around, basically. So probably in the parking lot of that convention center there.
Yeah, he pulls in and you staying here or just nearby here?
Then I'll motion to the little boat.
Oh, okay. So he
Yeah.
turns and he kind of drives over Hutchinson Island Road there and stops. Says, I can't really get you much closer than this without driving on the grass, and you know this car is not really built for that. But just if you ever need me to pick you up, I can pick you up right here at this corner.
Oh, alright. Yeah. Normally I take the ferry across, but I'll remember that.
Well, you know, ferry doesn't run all that long. I do.
Yep. I appreciate it. And I'll give him a tip of, let's say, $150.
Oh, all right. I appreciate it. Anything else you need before I go back?
If you see Angel, make sure to give him a hard time.
Shit, always.
Perfect.
All right. Well, have a good night. Then he pulls
Yep.
away. And you guys call it an evening. And it looks like that's probably a good spot to call it an evening. The end of the 11th night. Give me a moment. I need to bring up So, we said you started on Memorial, which was in, is it March?
No.
Memorial Day weekend's the end of May.
May, okay, it's March or May. So, it's currently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's around about the 8th of June. Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 8 or 9, one of those two.
We'll say 8th. Just, I think it's the 11th day past that weekend.
Okay.
Alright. And that will be it for the evening. So you guys bed down in whatever fashion you plan to bed down. You've kicked your meal out.
Mm-hmm.
And Dragon is wrestling with a blanket as he lays on the ground. Alright, so we'll pick up next Sunday. Hopefully Sparkles, Dante, and Celeste have not left the city. We'll see. Like I said, Sparkles is off to do a convention, but Dante should be back with us next Sunday. We'll be back next Sunday for some more the Kindred of Savannah. We'll be back Friday, where Robert's going to run us through what we say it was. Consequences of Chaos. And we'll work on making sure that's ready for Friday, where we're starting brand new characters. And, well, we'll see what happens.
And they'll have fun.
I mean, if you've watched any of our shows, you realize there's a lot of chaos, period. So now we get to see what the consequences of that chaos ends up being.
Do we have a backup character ready?
Always.
Don't think you'll need it.
So also Wednesday is our organized play. We're in Cosmos Collide. I believe we're still coming back this Wednesday for that. So thank you for joining us. Remember, we are in this adventure called Life Together. So keep that golden rule in mind. Yes, treat those around you the way you'd like to be treated yourself. And with that, have a good week.
Bye.